This game is big. Maybe too big for its own good. It's really long, overarching, you might say. Overarching? Or exhausting. It's a game that's not for everyone. Many others have praised it for these reasons. Others will play it and feel exhausted and or agitated letting the game go because it's not for them. I'm somewhere in the middle. Sometimes the battles, and gameplay in general, is fun. Other times it feels like the game is cheating. But if you're playing on PS4 version, you can also cheat and say fuck you to this boss specifically. Exploration feels like the weakest aspect. Looking around for treasure or talk to people is a chore, and not that exciting. And if you're playing on the original PS1 version, you're going to be interrupted a lot on your way from A to B. But to reiterate, you can turn off random battles if you want a smoother ride, which kind of goes against the philosophy of RPGs, but sometimes you need a break. And even if you turn on almost invincibility, you still level up, so who cares? And there are some puzzles to solve that just made me angry. For the most part, the story is engaging, not what I would call particularly strong, but it's not weak. Sometimes I feel exhausted because it just seemed to go on forever. And when it finally did end, there's little payoff. It's kind of satisfying because I finally did beat the game, but I don't quite feel accomplished like I thought I would. Maybe it's because my relationship so far has been back and forth of love-hate. Some of the characters are pretty good, others get little development, which is why they were never in my party unless the game demanded it. But most importantly, the main characters are likable and or interesting. Overall, I'd say it's a perfectly good game. Sometimes I think the pacing and narrative suffers, some boss fights are unforgiving, if you will, and I had to use a guide pretty often because of how not obvious this or that thing was. Because I'm dim-witted. If that description doesn't make it sound like it's for you, then don't play. You're better off watching somebody else play it. Maybe me? I will say this, now that the story's over, I feel kinda empty. I'm not ready to continue playing Final Fantasy VIII, or go back and try out 2, or continue my playthrough of 3. I've invested too much time into this one's story. 30 hours is like 3 years. So there is also that. After putting so much time into it, I feel a connection. So, original Crisis Core? Not Reunion. Bad remake.